Hello everyone, how are you doing? Today we will be learning about my albino motely red-tailed boa constrictor. Her name is Rosie and she's the sweetest girl ever. Red-tailed boa constrictors are amazing animals. They are native to Brazil and nearby areas where they spend their time in rainforests and lowlands, and although the environments they live in vary, they are considered moderately arboreal. Arboreal means to primarily live in the trees and other elevated areas. You will often find them perched up on branches just like this. However, Rosie here loves her cave and only uses her logs occasionally. I wish she would climb on her logs more often. She is such a cool looking snake. I love seeing her out and about. This is where she normally rests. Just staring out ominously, waiting for her next victim. Another cool thing about red-tailed boas is they have what is called a prehensile tail, meaning they can hang essentially their entire body weight off of their tail and it doesn't bother them. When I received Rosie, she was unfortunately underweight, and appeared malnourished. However, since she's been in my care, she has been looking a lot better. I also had help from a friend of mine, who is also very knowledgeable on the subject. Together we've gotten her back to a healthy weight and a normal eating schedule. I've had this girl for about 4 months now and she's currently about a year old. She's currently in a 40-gallon Exoterra but will soon be getting upgraded to her forever home. Make sure to stay tuned for that. She will be getting moved into a 6-foot by 2-foot by 2-foot custom PVC enclosure when she outgrows this tank. However, boa constrictors grow pretty slow so it won't be needed for a little while. She has 2 hides at the moment. I covered one of them with moss to help keep the humidity up. Boa constrictors like a humidity of around 60 to 70%. Another thing I did to keep up the humidity was plastic wrap the cold side of the enclosure. Here is a view of the saran wrap I used to trap the moisture in the tank, helping keep humidity levels up. You should also give this a try if you have a hard time with humidity. While we are on the subject, boa constrictors like a temperature range of about 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit, and a hot spot of around 90 degrees Fahrenheit. To maintain humidity I simply spray the enclosure 1, maybe 2 times a day. Making sure I spray the carpet moss I added to the hide on her hot side because moss holds moisture very well. And to help maintain the heat, I use an overhead 75-watt heating lamp, paired with an under-tank heating pad. Be very careful when using heat pads, they must be connected to a thermostat like you see here. Otherwise, with nothing to regulate the temperature of the mat, it will continue to heat up until your animal literally cooks itself to death. Another good way to ensure you are getting the proper temperatures is to use a heat gun. They can be purchased off of Amazon.ca for about $30 Canadian. As I mentioned before, Rosie here is not a regular red-tailed boa. She is an albino, motely red-tailed boa, truly incredible. The motely gene is a new genetic pattern mutation of the boa. It is a fusion of dorsal striping with no side pattern. This means that when recessive, this is a very visual gene, paired with a gene known as albinism, commonly known as albino. Albinism, or albino, is a rare genetic abnormality that causes a lack of pigmentation in both the skin and the eyes, resulting in this absolutely beautiful white snake you see here in front of you. For comparison, here is an image of a regular red-tailed boa. Disclaimer, I do not own this image or this snake, and here is an image of a regular motely red-tailed boa. I also do not own this image. So, now you can see how truly amazing nature is, and how the combination of these genetics leads to incredible patterns and colors. Rosie is truly a special animal. She is the most docile boa constrictor I have ever seen. And she never misses a meal. I love keeping her in my collection and I can't wait until she's fully grown. I make sure to handle her at least once a day. Same goes with all my other reptiles as well. This helps keep them familiar with human interaction and helps keep them docile like I just mentioned a second ago. This is good too because I don't have to worry so much about getting bit every time I stick my hand in her cage or the other animals' cages, because they are very used to me and other people. Keep in mind, however, you should always, and I mean always, respect the realness and the capability of these animals, and never get too comfortable. This is when mistakes are made. For example, most boa constrictors can strike with up to a third of their body length, and if you have seen my feeding videos with this girl on my channel, you will know she's fast as lightning. She's only a year old right now, but imagine a 6-foot boa using a third of its body. That's 2 feet of reach. So again, please respect, and always be careful with your animal. To stay on the topic of feeding, I feed her every other week, and she's currently eating weaned rats. Be sure to talk to your local pet store about what size you should be using to feed your snake because sizes can vary between different pet shops. I also don't recommend PetSmart because oftentimes their employees have very general animal care knowledge and nothing reptile specific. Keep in mind I have nothing against PetSmart employees, however in my area PetSmarts cannot sell most reptiles, so oftentimes the employees can only help with dogs, cats, and fish. Your best bet is to try and find a local pet store in your area, or, if you have an actual reptile store, that would be the best place to go in most cases. When I feed Rosie, I tap on her enclosure with the tongs I use to feed her. Since I do this every time I feed her, she has associated the sound of the tapping with feeding time. You can see how quickly her head poked out after I started tapping. It was only a matter of a couple of seconds. Do not worry, she was fed after I did this. I wouldn't get her hopes up for nothing just for a video. However, if you want to see her getting fed, you will have to go and check out my other videos. I have lots of feeding videos on my channel that you can watch, featuring both my boa constrictor and my super dwarf reticulated python. Leave a comment below if I should make a video like this about my reticulated python, or any of my other animals. Also, if you like what you see here, please give this video a fat thumbs up, and consider subscribing to my channel. I promise I won't use this robot voice forever, LOL. Thank you so much for watching my first actual video. If you liked it, go check out my YouTube shorts on my channel. Don't forget to leave a comment and tell me what you liked or didn't like about this video. I look forward to creating more content for everyone to enjoy. I did not expect my YouTube shorts to get any views, but they all did a lot better than I expected, so I figured, maybe I should try posting a regular video. Once again, I really hoped you liked it, and if you did, I would really appreciate if you gave this video a like, and considered subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day. Be sure to check back for more content.